This is extremely controversial, and I've debated if I should even post this video, but the amount of people on GLP-1s that are claiming their food noise went away, they're finally able to lose weight, they feel less puffy and inflamed. You likely had insulin resistance. Most people going on GLP-1s that are noticing these benefits, I would argue most of these people are insulin resistant and they didn't even know it. They didn't even know it. And my issue, I'm not against GLP-1s. I am not shaming you if you're on a GLP-1, because the GLP-1 girlies will come for me. They come for me every single time in my comment section. I'm here to have a nuanced conversation. I know we don't see a lot of that on the internet. Have you ever talked to someone who's naturally very thin and has never had a weight issue a day in their life? I have this person in my life that I'm thinking of who was like, oh, I'm trying to bulk, I'm trying to put on muscle. But if I want to bulk, I need to be eating like 2,800 calories. As someone who had insulin resistance, all I can think of is like, I could eat 2,800 calories in my sleep. What do you mean that's hard for you? And this naturally thin person who's never struggled with weight a day in their life is like, oh, like I just couldn't eat that much food. I just feel so full. Like I can't even finish my plate. Yeah, I have no issues finishing my plate. And that's what we're learning with GLP-1s is people have different hunger and fullness cues. And when you go on a GLP-1, it's helping with satiety and fullness. What's being left out of this conversation, I think by design, is that you can also do that through your diet and your lifestyle. And the reason so many people in their 30s and 40s will notice, oh my gosh, I'm just not able to lose weight like I was able to lose weight in my 20s. The reason people feel that way is you lose a significant amount of muscle mass as you age. As you lose muscle, you become more insulin resistant. So now you don't feel full after eating, you don't feel satiated, you might feel kind of tired, like you need to take a nap after meals. You have really intense sugar cravings. You eat a meal and you feel like, oh my gosh, I ate nothing, feeling like you ate nothing, and then feeling like, okay, I need it more. I need to go get seconds, thirds. So you take people that already are extremely under-muscled, have not lifted a weight in a year, 2 years, which is not everyone, but this is a lot of people on GLP-1s. You take people that are extremely under-muscled, they go on a GLP-1. Oh, I'm not losing weight fast enough. I'm going to up the dose. 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 And now they're not strength training. They're not eating enough protein. Most of the negative side effects of GLP-1s are undernourishing, micronutrient deficiencies, because when you eat less, you get less vitamins, you get less mineral, which is why people lose hair on Ozempic. It's why people lose hair on GLP-1s as well. It's a side effect of dieting. So then people go on these crazy doses, they lose their hair, food nauseates them, they're eating extremely small portions, and the sad reality is because you didn't eat enough protein, which you need, when you are in a calorie deficit, which is what the GLP-1 is creating, because it's making you feel full, it's making you feel satiated, which is creating a calorie deficit. When you're in a calorie deficit, you need more protein than if you're at maintenance. So you're losing muscle mass, so the scale is going down. You get a dopamine hit because the scale is going down. But you've lost the very little muscle you had to begin with. So what's gonna happen when you inevitably get off that GLP-1? You are even more metabolically crusted and busted than you were to begin with. And as you continuously lose muscle, which is also what happens with chronic dieting, people will get a dopamine hit from the scale. Really what they lost was muscle mass. And every time you do this cycle of crash dieting, you lose muscle. And it becomes harder and harder to lose the weight because you've lost your metabolically active tissue. While I believe there's a time and a place to utilize GLP-1s as a tool, my issue is there are massive parts of the conversation being left out. Here's 2 billboards right next to each other in rural West Virginia. One billboard is for GLP-1s, and the billboard right next to it is for Wendy's. Big food creates these highly palatable foods that make it impossible to actually feel full and satiated. Like, I'm not going to be full after eating Wendy's. I'm not going to be full after eating a Uncrustable. I'm not going to be full after eating a bowl of cereal. A lot of people are having issues feeling full, feeling satiated after meals because they're eating highly palatable, ultra-processed foods that are literally designed for you to not feel full and for you to overconsume them. So you put the Wendy's billboard next to the Ozempic billboard. It's giving, create the problem and then sell them the solution. I would argue a ketogenic diet does the exact same thing. as going on a GLP-1. I put myself into ketosis this winter, which I don't think anyone needs to be in ketosis 24/7. I think people take it very extreme, but I put myself into ketosis from January through March, and never in my life did I experience zero cravings, zero food noise, actually feeling full and satiated. I couldn't even finish my plate. That has never happened to me in my entire life. Increasing your protein, increasing your fiber also improves your satiety. Even if you're eating vegetables, I can almost guarantee you're not eating enough fiber, and I can almost guarantee you're not eating enough protein either. Most people are not strength training, which is improving your insulin sensitivity, which is therefore helping with the satiety and the fullness after meals. So I just think we're leaving really critical parts out of this conversation, and it's being so heavily marketed. Anything that is so heavily marketed and so heavily pushed, I'm going to be skeptical of.